Order online at hsn.com or give us a call. And this is from the America the Beautiful National Park series. And this is featuring the War in the Pacific National Park. And it's a 2019 edition. It's getting all 5 stars online at hsn.com. So already a big fan favorite, a huge customer pick.
Yeah, I want to discuss this just for a second. So the United States government decides to do something really cool. Okay, I mean really cool. So they want to increase interest. They want to increase interest in the in coin collecting. And the way they want to do it, look, when I was growing up, and a lot of coin collectors that are, you know, kind of my age or right around my age, we grew up picking stuff out of change. That's how we became collectors. Because there was, you know, still Indian head cents out there, and you could still get silver coins and all those kinds of things. Well, that doesn't come by. So there's not a lot of cool stuff in change. So the United States government decides to change that. So they took all the quarters from this year, and it's only for 2019. And what they did is they put a West Point mint mark on them, a W or West Point mint mark. They've never done an uncirculated West Point minted Washington quarter before. And then made them not available for sale in any way, shape, or form, just released them into circulation. They just released them into circulation. And that is the only way to get them. That's why we call it the Great American Coin Hunt, because you're literally now people are starting to go through their change again.
Wow.
Now, while it's a great idea, and like I said, you know, we were last year, the year before, I guess, we were, you know, my associates were on the Coin Advisory Board with the United States Mint. We said, look, let's make coin collecting fun. Let's try to get something. Our representatives were like, you know, let's get some stuff in circulation. And so the Mint, you know, started doing this. I hope we had a hand in that. I don't know directly that we did, but that's simply the case. So people are looking for these West Point minted quarters. If you find one, by the way, go through your change. Suzanne Runyon's found 2 so far. It's like finding a $20 bill. These coins are basically 20 bucks, so it's like finding a $20 bill in your change.
Really? I need to go home and dig through my...
You need to start looking at all your 2019 quarters and look right behind Washington's head and look for that W. But here's the problem since they released them into circulation. The condition on the coins, because they're still brilliant uncirculated, but you're not going to get... So people say, well, you always sell the Mint State 70s. There are no Mint State 70s. There's no Mint State 69s. There's no Mint State 68s. This is the highest graded example of one of these West Point minted quarters done by ANACS, and I believe any of the grading services.
They're already in circulation.
They're already in circulation. And so this is a phenomenally high grade. Now, of the 3 major grading companies, you've got ANACS, NGC, and PCGS. The ANACS coin I have here is $179.95. I probably should be charging double or triple that price for this particular coin, because the NGCs and PCGSs are literally thousands of dollars in Mint State 67, because there's so few examples of the Mint State 67 coins. They represent probably 0.1% of the special issue W minted quarters. So they're extraordinarily, inordinately difficult to find. So it's critically important. Now add in the fact that this is one of the most popular coins. So when you see the War in the Pacific there, you have to understand that this is the this particular quarter. So when you look at that right there, this is all the quarters that are released in this year. We have Guam and the Mariana Islands, Northern Mariana Islands, the American territories that are being released in this year. And so when you have that, with that, you have the War in the Pacific, you have the American Memorial, and I have those, I believe, on hsn.com. The first one of the year was actually Massachusetts. Lowell, Massachusetts was a testament to the American textile industry. So those are the first 3 coins. This one is extraordinarily difficult to get with that, and like I said, it's called the War in the Pacific. That is just spectacular. This is on Guam. So obviously, as everybody remembers who knows their World War II history, the battle on Guam was intense, and so there's an incredible American memorial on Guam, as you can see, for the War in the Pacific, and that's what this coin embodies. And so now it's an incredibly rare coin because it's one of these West Point minted coins that was only out in circulation, and in its highest known grade of Mint State 67 at its lowest known price. Okay, put all that in. Now, as a last extra little bonus, you'll notice it's certified early discovery. And what that means is that this coin was found within 30 days of the release of this coin. Okay, so there was early discovery. So all of these coins were the coins that were found within the first 30 days when this quarter was released. So there's no more early discovery coins, obviously, for the Guam coin. So this is the highest grade and one of the rarest quarters ever put out by the United States government, certainly in the modern era. And then this great American treasure, and of course we're going to give you the red oak presentation box as well. All of that is